All right, we're good.
All right, we're good.
I'm okay. Been better. Oh.
Are you okay though? Not really.
I had 2 knees like 15 days ago, 2 functional knees.
No, you just got one.
Yeah.
We should start with what happened to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we'll start about me then.
Yeah, let's do that first.
Fucked my knee.
Chronological order.
Okay, so I did what Isaac did and sacrificed a limb down at Rudd Park on the dynamics bar.
That bar is cursed.
Yeah, I fucked up my knee doing a 540.
I wonder who's next. Probably Ivan. Oh, Ivan, if you're watching this, do not touch that bar, bro. Whatever you do, do not touch that bar.
Have a break from.
No, you can do foam pit. You can do foam pit. Foam pit. Yeah.
A couple of just get the awareness.
Yeah. So I did a 540 and landed pretty funny on my right leg, and my knee disconnected.
Yeah. What was it? ACL, MCL.
So
and
I've messed up.
meniscus?
My ACL, my MCL, and my meniscus are like the main ones that are like certainly fucked.
So ACL was a complete tear.
Yeah, so ACL all got unplugged. Meniscus got removed.
Washers.
Well, one of them, one of them's like still there, but they still reckon it may be damaged, like a little tear or something. But the other meniscus is like half in and then half like on the side of my knee.
Yeah.
Meniscus doesn't heal as well.
Yeah, but they reckon it's in one piece.
Yeah, nice.
So they just got to like putting a coin in a coin machine.
Yeah. What about MCL? Is that help?
MCL, I'm pretty sure is fucked as well.
Fully?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And my LCL is, and then the rest are all like intact, but just probably damaged. So like my LCL might have some minor damage to it. But those are the main things. And then they're concerned about probably just all my muscles and stuff around my knee as well. But yeah, the main things are just my ACL, I'm pretty sure my MCL and my meniscus.
So this is my question to you. When you injured your knee and you're like to Robbie, yeah, it's fucked. What was going through your mind?
Fuck, as soon as I saw my knee, I had one of those flash moments where I just thought about everything. It was like, fuck, I'm fucked for comp. I just started training. Like, I've been training so hard for comp and I won't be able to compete anymore. Messed up my knee now, probably for the rest of my life. It won't be like the same. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was just disappointed in myself.
But then you had
soon as it
drugs and
happened.
everything was fine.
Yeah, it's like when I initially dislocated it, for the first, like, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes, like, it was pretty painful. And then, or like, my body just pumped myself with stuff. So, like, I had adrenaline and everything like that. So then the pain kind of mellowed out to like a 5. And then after that, it slowly trickled away as the ambulance took forever to come.
Trickled up, like, as in.
The adrenaline trickled away.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the pain went up.
The pain went up.
Slowly. And you were sitting on the ground for over an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know what the ambulance was doing.
Well, it's because we didn't say it was like so severe. We were just like, oh, he
Yeah,
dislocated
and
his
then-
leg.
And then they asked to see a video. Of
Yeah, and then they were
it,
like,
and
it's
they saw
fucked.
the knee and were like, okay, we're gonna come a little bit faster now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's just sitting there in pain, and we're just having a chit chat.
No, it was really good. At one point, it was like, I was getting to the point where, like, if you asked me a question, I was getting a little bit irritated. And fucking Mitch, the legend, like, I must have picked up on it. He's like, guys, let's just, like, leave Tyler alone for a bit and just keep it quiet. And in my head, I was like, Mitch, I love you.
What a G. I love Mitch.
Like, it was still, like, nice. I was fine. Everyone was just trying to be helpful. But at one point, like, I think he just realized I was laying down, had my eyes closed, my hand over my head. And it was just like, for me, that was like the saving grace for all my pain. So thanks, Mitch. Really appreciate it. Was there when I needed it. And then by the end of it, though, I was in like severe pain. It was like solid 10 out of 10. But then they gave me that fucking green whistle. And
Oh, green whistle.
And they gave you a bit of ket as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some
How was
ket.
ketamine? How was your first experience with ketamine?
yeah, so
Don't try it, by the way, kids.
yeah, don't. Only do it if you really fuck yourself, like in pain wise.
As in, if it's administered
Yeah.
by a medical
Yeah,
professional.
go on.
Professional, yeah.
How was it?
I was all over the place.
You literally are like
Yeah.
all over the place. You
Like I
think-
was like history was repeating itself, deja vu every like 5 minutes.
You just didn't even know who you were, where you were,
I knew where I was,
but not who you were.
but like where I was wasn't computing. Like I was just like
You're just
everything was
really
echoing, like, and I was aware of everything, but like everything was just like spaced out in gaps.
So did everything slow down or did everything speed up?
It was slowed down.
Yeah, no perception of time, eh?
And did your senses
No.
heighten? Did your senses heighten or dull?
I would say they dulled.
That's the complete opposite with me. Because I had an allergic reaction to it. So like I think the
No,
effects
yeah, I
were
was
inverse.
I was just popping into this realm and popping out
Really?
constantly.
Because for me,
How
like
was your experience with it?
everything got boosted. So
He did kept, by the way, just
I
because
had
he
an
messed his
allergic
ankle.
reaction to ketamine. When I took it, then I could start hearing like the buzzing noise inside the room, like of the machinery, like very, very loudly, like almost hurting my ears. And then I'll take in so much light. So whenever I look, like open my eyes and just see, then there'll be like an influx of light just in my eyes. And then like sounds and everything was all like muffled and stuff because everything was just coming in at once. And then when I was lying down, I thought I was in different rooms being moved by people like on my bed with wheels and being shifted around for surgery and stuff. But I was actually in the same room the whole entire time. It was such a trippy experience. And
Mine was the opposite.
So you thought you were getting wheeled around in your bed.
I
but
thought
you
at
were
least
still the whole-
moved 4 times at least.
I moved a bunch of times, but I was aware. Like I would wake up in each room.
And you actually moved though. He did.
Yeah, I was actually moving.
I was
You were
actually
just
I was in the
sitting
whole
there in the
time.
same room.
Same
Oh
room
yeah,
the
I
whole
was
time.
getting wheeled around. They put me into like a room. One of the first rooms I woke up in the hospital. There was like freaking 10 nurses or 10 people in the room, and I started chatting to all of them.
Really hot.
I don't know. I was off with the fairies. I
I
remember.
kept telling you how muscly you were.
Yeah, I did get told I was a bit muscly. But yeah, I could tell I was like drugged up. Like I could notice very noticeable that like, but I was fully aware of it. Like all my speech was super slurred, and I tried to like not make it slurred and like slow down and speak, and it just sounded even more fucked.
I got a video of you on the floor and your eyeballs literally just disconnected from
Yeah, I
your
think
skull.
it's on my
They were
story at
just,
the
like,
moment.
going to the side and, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was visiting the other realms.
And Ivan also did a side quest and visited you.
Yeah, that was very nice of him. Didn't expect that.
Ivan's a G.
Got you maxi bonds.
He bought me some maxis. Jordan came and visited me as well. Dropped off some goodies for me, mainly just like all the belongings I needed. But yeah, I didn't expect Ivan to pop by, and then I had a couple other boys reach out to me, like Nathan and a bunch of mates from Sydney wanting to send me stuff. But no need for it.
Oh yeah, bit of context. I was in like Japan at this time.
Yeah, no, Isaac just doesn't love me. No, Isaac was away, so it was just me and Jordan as well.
Yeah.
So Jordan is
And then it
still
was
the real
just
MVP.
Jordan.
Your car came out of the mechanic at the right when we needed it. We were carless for a little bit. We only had my motorbike.
Yeah, my car's been in the mechanic for like a month plus because they're like a part like failed and they had to send it out for warranty, and then they had to wait for the part to come back, and it took forever. But as I was in hospital, it got all done, and Jordan picked it up like the day of, and then picked me up from the hospital with it later. So yeah, it was
So
perfect.
Tomorrow you're getting surgery.
Yeah, I'm excited to be honest.
Then recovery, 1 month before you can walk, you think?
No, it will be a long time before I can walk.
You can stand on it after a month.
Yeah, so they said roughly 6 weeks I'll be able to bear weight. So like still with the brace on, but put like weight through my knee.
Took
Because
3
they really
months
want,
for me to walk on my own.
yeah, because they want to make sure the meniscus are like fully healed before I start squishing them again. But yeah, that's
Probably
That's
the
it.
other thing. The meniscus doesn't heal.
I don't think you actually damaged the squishiness. You just dislodged it. I think they
Yeah.
just want it to be not moving. And
yeah. They just wanted it all to settle down after surgery and stuff, and probably my body get used to it. and-
meniscus doesn't grow back.
Yeah, I know, but they still reckon it's in one piece. So hopefully they'll find
It
out when
should
they
be
cut
in
me
one
open.
piece.
Yeah, it quite literally just got
Just
like
slipped out. Yeah,
popped out, mate.
it'd be sweet. Just the
but-
sad thing was you couldn't kind of comp.
Yeah, I was so devo about that. So devo. I saw all the clips on everyone's stories. They were super, super nice to watch.
Yeah. Should I go into like the organization and all the stuff that happened beforehand?
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
bit-
Why not?
It's
Yeah,
stressful.
Yeah, a bit of a
Comp
kerfuffle,
time
mate.
is always
stressful for Isaac mainly.
It's
Isaac and
difficult
Bryden.
when it's in another state too.
Mm.
Yeah, so I came back from China. I went to Chongqing or Chongqing, depending on what language you speak. And then I went to Guangzhou to visit my family. And then I went to Tokyo with my mum to have a little bit of a 4-day holiday. This whole time, like, it was slowly edging towards comp. And we had a plan. We had, like, calls with everyone and we had everything organized. But even when you organize stuff and you decide that you want to rely on people for an event to go smoothly, nothing goes your way all the time. So there was a bit of a miscommunication on how the bars were going to be delivered to Melbourne from Sydney. It was meant to be moved by truck. And so, yeah, bit of miscommunication. Worst case scenario was that we didn't have any bars and would have to go to Melbourne FitExpo doing a statics competition just on floor. How
T-bars and
tragic
dip
would
bar.
that be? We're just like sitting down like a picnic, just watching people do statics.
I'd still have a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We
for
would
sure.
have definitely have a good.
But
Well,
it
you
would
guys
have-
would sorry definitely have a good.
but
time.
would have really affected my brand, you know.
Yeah.
So, I just had to like filter through my connections and just go on my knees and just beg people to do something for me. But either way, we got it done. I don't want to get into too many specifics because it's just not really relevant for a podcast. We got the bars and we got all the equipment ready, and it was all made possible because of Alex Arenas. Like, he was such a G. So when I was dealing with all this like nuisance with getting the bars, he was helping me organize the mats. He was helping me organize weights to hold the bar down, and then marketing material for Street Workout Australia and the Fit Expo, and in return, obviously, his promotional material as well. And they're just so supportive of us, even though it's the first time working together and not being in like the core organizing team. And then during the event as well, he like took up the mic and emceed and just like put on a great show for everyone. And it really helped me and Brian because we were trying to compete, and then we had the judges and they don't really want to MC, and Alex just stepped up and did that on top of like delivering all the equipment. So like he had to drive the mats to the expo and from the expo, pack up things, be at the event outside of hours just to help. So massive shout out to Alex Arenas. I really want the Melbourne community to look up to him because he's a shining example of what someone in the community should be. Like, we should all be looking to help each other and like do things for the community instead of the opposite of some people that want to tear each other down. Exactly. Like,
Leave it.
Alex is a shining example. If you want coaching through him, it's Arena's Performance. He's a very great guy. I've known him for years now. I've been in the content game for a while, teaching calisthenics, practicing calisthenics. Even showed up to a few of our comps as well. I think, yeah, he went to Sydney Fit Expo. So we returned the favor to him, basically. But yeah, what a guy.
Yeah, even I noticed from as a third person, he did a lot of work. I wasn't really too involved with like getting all the bars and everything, but just from everyone's posts, and like I saw him emceeing in a couple of videos, and I saw his brand there and everything. Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Real MVP.
Yeah, but the event went well. There were some intricacies such as having to share a space with Street Lifting Australia, which was fine. It's a good experiment. We weren't expecting too much of Melbourne Fit Expo, but I guess we can coordinate better for Sydney. And then the lack of time in a Fit Expo is what always gets you. So we had to do a 4-way final. It turned out all right. Everyone enjoyed it. I believe that the judges were making good decisions based off what they decided was going to be judged. We can always improve on how we're giving athletes more of a chance in Australia. But as of that day, they did their job perfectly, I would say. But always room for improvement. But like, from an athlete's point of view, what did you think about the event?
Yeah, I think overall went pretty well. I think there's still definitely things we need to work on in Australia compared to the rest of the world. The most obvious thing being the displacency between dynamics and statics. With statics, our level is, you could say, more or less on par with the rest of the world, but our dynamics is very poor in comparison. So we find with statics, they just tend to outweigh the dynamics in terms of the point scoring. So that's something I think we could maybe work on. I thought potentially standardizing the dynamic scoring. So saying, here's our best level and here's our worst level. If someone does something in between, standardizing it so the best level is worth, say 3, 4 out of 5, and the worst level is not as few, because the best score you could get was a 5, right? And just looking at the score sheet, I think the best score that was given out was like only like a 1.2.
Yep.
And that was Ryan
Yep.
Franks.
Yeah, in the
And he's very
qualifiers.
good. He's
Yeah, round
probably the best dynamics in the country, or one of at least.
Mm.
Probably like similar on par with Robbie. And the stuff they do is hard. Like dynamics is so difficult, and it's very difficult to overcome the fear to learn those moves. So to do something that difficult and then it only be scored a 1.2, but then say getting a planche hold would be worth probably more. I think it just should be scaled a bit more. That's probably like my only main feedback I'd give. But other than that, I still think it was an improvement compared to last comp. Like we had 2 judges that were kind of focusing on dynamics, which is an improvement. But that's my input.
Judging always gets the most backlash in competitions. Always. Every single comp that I've been to, it's always the judging.
Me personally,
Even with overseas comps.
yeah. Me personally, I'm not really too fussed. Like I had more fun just going there and doing some cool stuff with mates. Like that's why I was there. I didn't care to win, or I didn't even really prepare a routine. I kind of just winged it. Didn't really go as planned, but didn't really bother me that much. I'd say I probably had more fun on the Sunday, literally just sending random stuff and doing tricks and, mogging.
Hanging out with all
the
them-
NPCs there
everyone.
and whatnot. So
Hanging out with everyone that we don't get to hang out with.
exactly.
My agenda was just watching the community be happy, to grow, to see random people look at us and be like, wow, that's something that's actually possible, and to invite new members to our community. And then also Valenti.
Yeah.
Had a store running.
Yeah, that was another big part for me as well. Like I wanted to be there because, we're representing the brand, selling a bit of merch on the side. So that was good fun.
And we smashed it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, I was
as
happy with
in you with the setup and payments, looking out for the employees that we had. It's amazing. We had Estelle Carter, our lovely Via Valenti manager, making sales. We looked at the numbers. We did a performance review, and it was very, very good.
Yeah.
It was
Very nice
very
way
good.
to help us as well.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, it was
much
good. It was
appreciated.
good not to have to worry about it. Like you could kind of
Exactly.
the store manages
We just-
itself.
The boys just wanna have fun. Boys just wanna have fun. So it's good to have people backing us, and just making sales.
Yeah, even just make it easier for yourself. Like you didn't have to worry about everything else. You had everyone else kind of like took over some roles, so you could focus on the main thing that you were there for on Saturday, which was competing, and then just being with the community on Sunday.
One thing I wish I did more of is go around, have a walk around, talk to random people,
Smog.
mog some randoms. That would have been good, but I was too focused on what we were doing and just making sure everything was going all right.
Because the event was
I
really,
didn't end up
really
doing
good.
it.
It just drew randoms. We didn't need to go
Yeah.
to them. They just came to us. Like Sean Krenz, the FitExpo coordinator, founder, he said that calisthenics drew the biggest crowd at 12 p.m. on Saturday. Like, no doubt. Even though we're
It's midday.
like, this is the second time
Busy.
doing
Yeah.
it. We're
Yeah.
still shoved in the corner.
Observation.
We're still shoved in the very corner of the expo, but we get the most exposure.
I think it's just some of the most interesting things that you'll see. Like everyone sees all the weightlifting, everyone sees the bodybuilders, everyone sees the CrossFitters all the time. But I feel like not that many people would see the calisthenic stuff. So I think it would just be more eye-catching.
Yeah, a lot of people there probably don't even know what it is or have never seen it.
Never even seen a planche in their life or someone
Which
even
is
do some
actually
things on the
interesting.
bar. Yeah. So not surprised at all. Good stuff, boys. Good stuff.
It was very good to be back though. As much as it was fun, me personally, I'm not a city boy.
Melbourne
I'm a nature boy.
Yeah, what
Bro,
are your
Melbourne's
thoughts
a
on Melbourne,
dump, in my
Isaac?
opinion. Personally,
sucks.
I much prefer beach, nature, sun, swimming.
Okay,
all
what
that
would you rate?
stuff.
Like Sydney, Gold Coast, Melbourne? What's the order?
Oh, obviously
Best,
Gold Coast
yeah.
best. probably say Sydney and
And
then
then
Melbourne.
Oh, so
Melbourne.
Melbourne's at the bottom. Oh, okay.
Bro, honestly, Melbourne is such a weird place, dude.
It's a big
the
new town.
characters you come across.
Big new town.
So
we-
many
we
zany
literally-
characters.
We literally got, bro, like, honest to God, NPCs. Like, we saw,
Yeah.
like, level 2 goblins just around the streets. Like,
There's so many people with
literally,
weird-
you'd see a meth head just standing there, like, uttering to themselves like a zombie.
I
And
did
then
that.
you'd finish the day and you're going back to the hotel and they're still there just doing the same thing. Like it's
So
like
many-
they just spawned once you showed up.
So many off-meta loadouts as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So many zany characters.
We got on a train at one point and we were surrounded by disabled people. Not that there's anything bad about disabled people, but it was just really weird. Like some people had Tourette's and some were like pulling all these weird faces and we're just like, it's really interesting. Like what the?
You're wrong place, wrong time. I
Just
guess.
really interesting characters.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on fines and stuff in Melbourne?
Yeah. So when we went to
Oh, God.
Melbourne last year,
Yeah, that's
in
something.
March,
That's even worse. I didn't mention.
we copped 3 fines, 3
In
traffic fines.
3
In
days,
3
we,
days,
we
3
got
fines.
3 speeding fines.
Yeah, exactly. And I copped 2 of them.
Yeah, I like
They weren't that bad. They
none.
were less than 10 Ks each, but
Yeah.
Still.
the fact that you can go like 6-7 kilometers over and get done, you just go,
Yeah.
come on.
So I've already been to Melbourne, and I've copped 2 fines already, and I'm banned indefinitely from driving on Victorian roads. I am. I got a letter.
Oh, okay.
I'm banned indefinitely.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not allowed to drive.
Surely that expires.
No, like it's indefinite unless I.
Can you
appeal
frame
for it.
that?
Yeah, I'll dig it up. I'll
Yeah.
find it.
That'd be a good one to frame.
And then in the sequel, you got another fine.
Actually, my
Yeah, what'd you get a fine for
my
this time?
mum sat me down on my bed before I went to Melbourne, and she was like, "Isaac, look at this letter. No driving." So I listened. I didn't drive.
Yeah, you
but-
rode a scooter.
I rode scooters in Melbourne, and literally we got on the scooters. We talked to security. It's like, "Do we need a helmet?" And it's like, "It's a bit of a grey area." It's like, "Yeah, fuck it." So we hopped on our scooters, crossed the road, not even 30 meters from our from our pickup point. The cops said stop, and then they took our licenses, got our information, asked why we weren't wearing a helmet. My scooter didn't have a helmet. Ryan Franks, the other bloke that got done, he had his helmet in, but he was just trying to kind of like bullshit his way out of it. Robbie's one didn't have a helmet. But at the end of the day, each of us got a $240 fine for not wearing a helmet. And then it was like a walk of shame as we were
Yours doesn't
going
even
back
come
to our
with one.
Airbnb. As we were going back to our Airbnb, we saw people not wearing helmets, speeding down the road, not even on the pathway, and like other people, like 2 people on one scooter not wearing helmets. Like literally just stroke
Luck
of
of the
bad
draw.
luck, pretty much. Luck of the draw.
Odds and bad luck, don't worry.
You've been in Melbourne a total of what, 7 days or 8 days? In total, across the two times you went.
Yeah, something like that.
And so let's say 7 days. So you
Every
floating
2
around
days?
3 fines per week.
Yeah, my,
Is the going rate on
Yeah.
fines in Melbourne?
well,
for
I've
you?
been to Melbourne 3 times. One for the L9 competition, one for pure movement, and then this one for Melbourne
Oh,
FitExpo.
3 times.
3 times, 3 fines.
Yeah, solid.
And the
So-
fine for the scooter was more expensive than the speeding fine. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, police presence is pretty high in Victoria, or at least Melbourne. I've been in.
I feel like it's just because you're in the city as well, though. I feel like it's a little bit different. I feel like it's in New South Wales and cities.
They
plenty.
do have heavy restrictions though. In general.
Melbourne was so tragic, bro.
Yeah,
Mm.
but in general, I think cities in general, I'm not very keen on. Like even here, I don't care about Surfers Paradise. I never want to go there.
Oh.
The only times I have been there, I've
No.
just been grossed out by.
No. You only go there to
people
like
and drugs.
party.
Yeah.
To Mog.
Besides that, no. I'll pass.
Anyway, so that's Melbourne.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Melbourne.
Got back, and I still am just a happy chap. Honestly, I got back and I was like the biggest smile on my face.
Mm.
The morning after, I went down to the beach, just smiling.
Good to be home, eh?
Yeah,
Good to be home.
good to be home. Anytime I leave this place, I love it more and more.
Next comp though, Sydney
Yeah,
in October, if I'm correct.
Yeah, October.
October. I think it's like October 11th or something.
We have
Yeah.
big plans for that one.
And then we got Burley Battles sequel
Yeah,
in December.
Burley Battles 2020.
October 11th to 13th. I was right.
Yeah. So for the October comp, we have some Caledonians coming and a few Koreans.
I'll
So
be
we
it.
want to make this a bigger scale one. We want to make this a qualifier for SWAB
Wait, did you say Burley or Sydney?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure we have a real solid setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, another negative I would say of the Pro Comp, which I didn't mention in Melbourne, was just the bars I found very wobbly and it was so difficult to execute dynamic
Mm.
moves.
We should get a bar manufacturer to come to Sydney FitExpo and like set up some rigging.
Yeah.
I mean, it is costly, but from what I saw from the competition, when like I had to pay a truck driver like $1,700 to ship the bars from Melbourne to Sydney, I was spending money I didn't have. But then I set up a GoFundMe and we got raised $1,800 in like 3 days.
If you want to support us,
It's crazy.
get some merch because all the funds we make, we put straight back into the business and the Cali community.
Mm.
Yeah, we're wearing our Melbourne FitExpo shirts.
You gotta give a little.
Available at valenti.com.au. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
Tyler and I designed it,
What was everyone? Everyone
and then
designed it.
Blake coloured it, and Jordan picked them up,
Followed it.
or like
Nah.
picked the
Oh,
colour.
pick-
Nah,
yeah, I guess.
team
Yeah.
effort. All
And
four of us
Jordan-
designed them.
Jordan did the communicating and picked them up.
Nah, it was all of us. 100%. I'm keen
Yeah.
for the Sydney one.
Yeah, and we had
Everybody's
wrist straps
thinking
as
about it.
well.
Yeah. So excited.
Should we talk about like what our future drops may be, or should we just focus on selling what we have?
Someone
now?
asked about
We should
pants,
focus on selling what you have for now, but we're definitely going to get onto pants
jumpers.
and or hoodies
Yeah.
soon-ish.
Yeah.
Because winter's rolling around. I think hoodies next, and then we also want to do
Mm.
some tech wear
Pants.
pants.
Yeah, techwear pants.
But the quicker we sell what we have, the quicker we get onto
Exactly.
more.
Look, Jordan's not letting me release a techwear unless we sell more shirts or get rid of existing stock. So head onto the site and buy some merch. Goes back straight back in the business,
Got to put my alarm.
which supports Fit Expos and stuff.
Supports trying to grow the Cali community.
Oh, that one didn't turn on. All right, it's good.
Beaut. Nah, it's all good.
Okay.
That's one doesn't pop up.
Should we just keep this a short episode?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, short-ish, I reckon.
Mm. Any
We've been
other
half an hour in, which is fine.
big things or things that happened in Melbourne? Like, what were your main highlights for the whole trip?
The only thing I enjoyed
About Melbourne was just banging around on those scooters.
Well, some didn't like the scooters.
Oh,
Scooters were actually fun as
I mean, there were a bunch of highlights. Well, when we arrived and we settled into the Airbnb.
I just remembered something.
All right. When we arrived and we settled into the Airbnb and everyone was sleeping, the first thing that Ivan wanted to do when he arrived at 12 p.m. was go to the casino. So Mariano, me, Ivan, and Jacob went to the casino. It was so funny. Okay, so Mariano took out $20 cash and lost it in one hand at blackjack. And then Ivan put 200 down and lost it all in 6 hands. And then we went home. It was so tragic. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. That was the beginning of it all. Just bad luck. Yeah.
And then, how many people do we have in our hotel room?
Who slept on the balcony?
Oh, I was about to get onto that.
Oh my
So anyways, there's probably like 8 of us. Anyways, I went to bed like fairly early-ish before everyone else, before like Ivan got there.
Mm.
And I wake up in the morning. I was the first one up. Got up like 6:30, and then opened my door, step out, and I said, "Yeah, Isaac just on the floor. No surprise there. That's the usual standard. Someone's on the couch. Yep, someone over here." And then I just look over the balcony, and there's someone's out on the balcony with the door closed. I'm just like, "Huh, interesting." And then I look closer, and he's got a fucking folded chair on top of him and no blankets.
Oh,
Who was that, Ivan?
Ivan, bro. Oh my gosh.
The funny thing is, we had spare blankets as well, which he.
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew because
But
he just
to
rocked
be
up.
fair, I actually gave it a go on the balcony like 2 or 3 nights after. No, like 1 or 2.
Well, you sleep on the
And-
balcony.
Yeah, I slept on the balcony and it was actually low key comfy. Like it was actually nice. The cushions were actually really like thick, so it was like there's enough padding
Nice
where
and
you
dense,
didn't feel any.
yeah.
You didn't feel any floor, and because it's so cold, it helps you get to sleep.
Yeah.
It was actually
Was it
low-key
windy?
Not bad. The only thing is you wake up a bit stiff. No, not that windy. Not that windy.
Yeah, I sat on the couch all weekend while you guys were there.
Oh, winners for the
Oh, yeah?
comp. Yeah,
Who were the
so-
winners?
Okay.
We didn't even touch on that.
Yeah, so it was a 4-way final. Unfortunately, Rice didn't make it top 3. So
Lord.
yeah, unfortunate to Queensland gang.
Mm.
And then Alex workout on Instagram. He's from France, but he's living in Melbourne for a year. He came 3rd, so congrats to him. He got Valenti prize bag, which is like wrist straps, sweatbands, chalk, and an ultimate chalk. And that's pretty much it. Maybe there was a bucket hat. I'm not sure. And I also got $150 in prize money. And then second place was Jacob. Fought really well.
AKA CJ.
Yeah, CJ.
Ranger.
He first, Ethan, he came first place. I think it was the first time that Ethan has gone to replica in a grand final. So it was 4-way final, and Jacob was second. Or Jacob was tied with Ethan, and then he lost to Ethan on the replica round, which is just one single 30-second round. But yeah, Jacob came second. He got like Valenti goodies, including a classic black tee, which is pretty nice since he had the Burley Battles ones. So he's getting closer and closer to completing his entire collection. And he got $350 in prize money.
Yeah, beaut.
Yeah, beautiful, especially for him. He doesn't have a stable job. 350 is a lot.
Bro just planches like a god.
Yeah, exactly. That's all he does.
And what did Ethan
And then
get?
complains that he's weak.
But he's
Yeah.
just insane.
Yeah.
And the winner was.
And when it was Ethan, he couldn't register properly because something wrong with his phone, I think. And so he wasn't able to get a cheaper competition shirt. So athletes registrations is $50 for just the registration. And if you include a registration shirt, then it becomes $75 in total. So it's basically a comp shirt valued at $25. The original price at the expo was like $50. And so
Basically half price, yeah.
basically half price. Ethan didn't end up getting that deal, but he won. So he got a competition shirt, which is pretty handy, I thought. And then he got $500 as prize money.
Nice
Yeah.
little check.
Solid.
Yeah. No, but like, congratulations to those 3. Jacob did so well. So proud of him.
Probably shout out to all the athletes that came, to be honest. How many athletes was there total that competed?
I believe there was 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, was there about,
And
seemed
then
like there were about 20.
That included the 2 girls, which was Sarah and Gabby.
Shout out to the girls.
Yeah, they did really well. Gabby won. Sarah came second, I think. And yeah, like from the male athletes, they got culled to 16. So 16 people were in the rounds, including me. And yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, if you want to join a competition, we have lots of comps out there that we're trying to push towards the intermediate or the first timers. It's a really good opportunity because it's very well funded by the community. When you register for these competitions, it goes towards a prize pool. And if you make it in top 3, you'll win money. And it's like 150, 350, 500. That's not like small money, you know, like he's
Or
joining
an extra couple bucks.
yeah, it's like it's pretty good prize. I mean, especially for community that is small, and then you know you get to meet everyone. You get to get post comp hype. like a bunch of motivation, just join history. You know,
Mm. Was there any like performances from any athletes that like really stood out to you? Like someone did a certain trick that you really liked, or
I like
anything
Ryan
that really
Frank's.
stuck out?
I like Ryan Frank's performances always. You know, like
He's so clean.
360 double ganger and into full planche on straight bar, and like just like a clean full planche.
Yeah,
on
he's
P-bars.
got really good flow,
Yeah.
super clean, and he's well rounded.
Yeah, like I
Gun at dynamics
I
and
like watching
statics.
Ethan's frog sets on the floor where he just jumps around in the planche.
Oh yeah, that's so aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, and Alex workout.
Alex was a beast.
So
he
good,
did some
yeah,
cool
so
stuff which
clean.
I hadn't seen before. Like went on the P bars and did this weird thing with his
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
extended
he did a
wrist.
wrist planche on straight bar.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
impressive.
but like
some cool stuff.
dynamics with statics always gets my heart. You know.
Mm.
Yeah,
One day we'll have it all, boys.
yeah.
For me personally, like there's a few moves in particular that I like with dynamics and statics, but I find it's hard to combine them both efficiently. Like not many athletes can combine the two smooth and flow it, together. Yeah.
Mm.
There's only a few moves that I see that I'm like, damn, that was executed well. The front giant to planche, I definitely want to get that at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a hot move.
Yeah.
It's a hot
In
move.
general, it's hard to combine the two. I usually don't do it much.
Yeah. Also, big shout out to Bryden. You know, my co-organizer, co-partner, co-founder of Street Workout Australia for pretty much, doing all, like all the sides of the competition that I don't want to deal with, such as communication and legal stuff and logistics when it comes to the setup. Like I don't want to deal with that, so it's awesome to have him like organizing that. I'm more of a guy that just talk to the athletes, post stuff up, and get the bar sorted. So like freestyle bar, definitely improvements to make to that one, so it doesn't shake and you can actually do giants on it. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Hopefully we get a rigger in Sydney.
I reckon there's a
Get
few
some-
modifications you could make to it to make it pretty good.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah. Solid Melbourne trip.
Yep.
And comp. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
So, new chapter begins.
Yes.
At least it feels like it.
I'm having one.
Yeah. Well, just in general, lots of new things. Like you've lost a leg. Where three of us are finally back together. Where I've been literally here by myself for weeks.
Yeah.
Like you were away. Isaac was away in China and Japan.
Blake's been in
So
Sydney.
now, yeah, Blake's been in Sydney for ages. He's still in Sydney. So finally have like most of the team back together.
Yeah.
So it feels good. Feels like we're back on track and we're reinvigorated.
Yeah. I'm so hyped.
The whole gang's together.
I'm just
Well, not
hungry.
yet. Blake, hurry up, get back here.
Yeah.
I'm just hungry to grind.
Mm.
Yeah. So now we're getting back on the Valenti posts. If you want to learn calisthenics, if you want to get stronger, if you want to seek some tips, it's going to be more targeted towards the newer people, like beginners and stuff like that, because we want to grow the sport as much as possible.
If you
But-
saw our story post today, up on the board, I had two types of people that we have in the world. Like there's a loser, and then there's the Chad, pretty much.
We want to turn people from the loser to the Chad.
Exactly. So the loser is the person that can't do pull-ups, has low knowledge on training, low confidence, no one respects them,
No jawline.
no jawline whatsoever, mouth breathers. Like that is who we were at some point. When I was 16, when you were scootering, when Tyler was
Be a
filling with
scooter-
Rubik's
scooter
cubes.
kid.
Still am, but
Still am, but
be back for the hospital tomorrow.
yeah, we're all that archetype. But what we really want to push people to become is, the Chad, the person that can do, at the minimum, handstand push-ups or press to handstand, so you can show off in the club or you can have the confidence to walk around the street and be like, hey, look, if there was a place where I can do a handstand and I did it, then everyone will turn their heads. But I have the power to do it, but I don't have to necessarily do it. But at the end of the day, it gives me massive amounts of confidence. Or front lever, like I could be sitting on a train and at a snap of a finger, I can get up, do a front lever. Everyone will watch me, but I have the ability to control it and not do it because I want to stay humble. But I have that confidence just in my back pocket.
I don't think I've ever gotten on a train in probably, not that I even get on trains very often, but in the last several years, I can't remember last time I got on the train and didn't do a front lever.
Didn't do it front.
It's just ritual. Like I might get on a train once or twice a year, but anytime I do it, it's front lever central.
Yeah, even in Melbourne,
Wide
I
bar.
did a front lever. Yeah, exactly.
Wide bar front lever.
It's good training, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we want to get you guys to do these skills. We're not teaching them to you because we want you to necessarily just achieve an exercise. It's not just an exercise. It's a form of expression. It's confidence. It's power. It's just awesome to do.
Freedom.
It's freedom.
You don't need a gym.
Freedom. Exactly.
It's free. It's cheap to start.
And it's like functional.
Yeah.
Like if you're ever
Teaches
hanging
you-
on a cliff, so many people die. They couldn't pull themselves over.
So many people would
Yeah.
if they were hanging.
What
from
did I
a cliff.
say?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just misheard you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just reiterating
Okay,
it
yeah.
to the audience.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's functional. You learn how to be mobile, but also very strong.
You have confidence in your back pocket.
So the plan is for now, at least aiming for around 3 tutorial vids per week, maybe 4, see how we go. And then a few podcast clips here and there, hopefully dropping some knowledge or just having a laugh. And then
Yeah.
depending on what does well and what people want to see, going
with
from
that.
there. And also going to be doing Sunday meetups,
Yep.
morning, depending on what the weather's doing and stuff. But
Yeah.
we'll
Right
try
now
and do
it's
a week-
raining.
We'll try and do a weekly post on what time the Sunday will be. But yeah, the Sunday morning is a vibe. It's growing, which is good. Starting to see some more new
Watch out
faces
for the
down
high
there.
bar.
It's got the Flow
Yeah.
Twins and Matt Butters.
Well, I'm gonna bring the mat down every time.
Bring Matt.
we
Yeah.
go. So if you do want to jump on it, be a mat for
It's hard.
safety.
You
I'll be at home.
You gonna trot down or will you still be
I won't
because it's
this
after
weekend. 'Cause,
surgery?
yeah, I'll be fresh after surgery. I reckon for the first like 2 weeks, I'll be like my knee. I feel like it'll be very fragile and
Home
delicate.
alone.
Yeah.
But I reckon post that I'll be able to like move around pretty well. Like I can move around all right now. But like long distances, I'm super tired at the end of the day now. I'm not even doing anything. But every time I get up, it's like maximum effort.
Yeah. Well, your body's working hard with all that inflammation and repair. It's trying to
Yeah.
repair this damage. So
yeah,
it's
well,
actually
it's
working
got to
hard.
wait.
Yeah.
Gotta wait till surgery to fix itself.
Yeah, well, the
Should
body
be
doesn't know
pausing.
that surgery's
Yeah,
coming.
well-
Your body's just trying to fix itself, so it's spending energy.
Yeah, true.
So
But anyways, yeah, super tired. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll try and make it down in a week or two. But I don't think I'll get out of the park for a little bit.
yeah,
I can still handstand with this thing on. So
you left
one
the
today.
house for like the first time in like 10 days
yep.
yesterday.
And that was just to go to hospital.
Yeah.
Then I came back. And now I go back to hospital and then hopefully that's it. Yeah. Poor knee.
Poor knee.
Any other important things to mention? Otherwise, wrap it up soon, I reckon.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Craving a plum.
Oh,
I need some H2Os.
now that you say that, I'm gonna go devour a plum.
All right. Well,
Fine.
this was episode 22. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Find us on Spotify, YouTube. Grab some merch at vivalenti.com.au. And
Support us.
yeah, support us. And just check out the content that we'll be releasing
Yeah.
throughout the next
Make sure you
few
follow, turn on notifications.
All good.
See you guys around.
That's a wrap.